Hi, welcome to Unity of Wilmington's Meditation Moments. My name is Reverend Nickie Golden. This is Katie Deese on the piano and Justin Lacy on the guitar. We're happy to support you in a few moments of meditation, a time of bringing our stress level down in a world that's relatively adrenalized all the time. So I'm going to invite you to just close your eyes. I'm going to keep my eyes open so I stay feeling connected to you, and you can keep your eyes open or closed, but for the first moment, close them to tune in. When we close our eyes, we tune out all the stimulus that's around us visually. And then let yourself take a breath. And I'm going to invite you to think about a time in your life that felt magical. It just felt like everything unfolded with perfect ease. That life just flowed, that you just felt like you were in the flow of life and actually were the flow of life. Think about how it was so easy to move from activity to activity, from moment to moment, every day during that period of time. Reflect for a moment about what it was. What was it that created that environment inside of you? Because it begins inside of us. That easy flow. Usually we feel centered, connected to something greater than ourselves. We feel fluid. We don't feel much stress in our lives. Maybe our creativity is flowing with ease. And it just feels like a magical time. We can actually cultivate this. It begins with sometimes remembering a feeling that we had, like that feeling of being magical. Remembering it and bringing it forward. We're so used to bringing memories of our past that are not happy forward, but we can bring memories of our past that are joyous, that are magical, that are peaceful forward just as easy as we can bring a traumatic event forward into our present day. One of my favorites to do is joy. Another is gratitude. But I like magic too. I like when I recognize my thoughts are focused and concentrated on my desire. When I'm thinking thoughts of ease, when I'm seeing myself confident and competent in what I'm doing. Those are things that help us to feel magical. It's a level of self-awareness. So think about the last time you felt magical and see if you can remember the feeling that was connected to it. I'm going to close my eyes now and see if I can get that feeling back in my body. Remembering. You know, our brains, they don't know the difference between what is happening in our own mind and what is happening outside of ourselves. So when we can generate, or when we can remember feeling magical, then we bring it forth inside of us. And sometimes it takes practice. So if we play with it a little bit every day, we get really skilled at generating our feelings. And then stepping forth with them, trusting them, holding the faith that what we're thinking about, we have the greater capacity to bring it about. And that capacity to bring it about is already within us. But it does take practice, and it does take focus, and it does take discipline. But when we do those things, when we notice our thoughts, when we adjust them when they're thoughts that we don't want to be thinking, when we adjust those thoughts to thoughts that feel good, when we're willing to say yes or no to activities that we don't really want to do or people that we don't really want to spend time with, then we can create more space to have magic in our lives. Just breathing into that, reflecting for your own self, how that has unfolded in your life. And then, is there something you'd like to manifest? Is there something you'd like to bring about in your life? First step is to identify it and make a clear intention. What is it that you want? And make what you want within the bounds of what you believe, because we cannot manifest something that we don't believe we can manifest. So we have to be able to think about something that we believe we can manifest, or we have to be able to expand our belief system. Either way, it works. But when you think about what you want to create, can you see it in your mind's eye? Can you feel it as if it's already happening? Are you willing to spend the time in your imagination with that which you wish to create, and see it happening? And stay with the process until you have a vivid, bright, electric picture of what it is you want to bring forth. And then, are you willing to look around in your world and see evidence of it's coming? Sometimes what happens is we think, oh, it's not coming. I'm not doing it right. But usually it's the 11th hour when our doubt is the highest. And we're being called upon to manage that doubt, to shift it, to continue to hold our vision, our intention clearly in the midst of that doubt. That is when it begins to really sparkle for us. And when we get to that place where we feel as it's already happening, then sometimes it manifests and we're like, hey, I knew this was coming. It's not a surprise because we've done the mindful groundwork to create the magic in our lives. If all you did right now was practice generating memories of joy, memories of fun times, memories of delight, you would be creating magic in your life already. And when a memory comes forth that feels less hopeful, less happy for you, just put it behind you and know that with the power of your imagination, with the power of your mind, you can bring the joyful memory and highlight it, make it much more vivid than the painful memory. Remembering that our brains don't know the difference. And so why not create joy in your brain? Create peace, create harmony. Why not create for yourself a magical world that you want and desire to live in? Just take a few breaths into that, into your intention, and bring your awareness to your heart space. And smile at your own heart. Smile at this energy of love that's already within you. And let that love wrap itself around the intention that you have. Let that love wrap itself around you. And let it fill you up so that the space inside of you is filled with love, magical love, grateful love, harmonious love. And then let that be. Take a pause and let that outworking work itself out while you're having a good time in your life. So it's time to come back to this time and this place, this now moment. Thank you. Thank you for joining us for meditation moments from Wilmington, North Carolina. May you have an absolutely magical week.